How's it going, guys? Cody back again, dropping yet another video. Right, I don't normally cover stories like this, but I can't actually believe what I've read. I was aware of the first case in this situation, and I thought I don't really cover it, so I left it. And just listen to this. I'm going to do my bit at the end, like I always do. Stay tuned for that bit. This is a story in the Daily Mail. It's about a police officer's son. Now listen to this. Unbelievable. Police officer's son is jailed for 3 months for driving while banned, just weeks after he mowed down and killed 2 people when high on cannabis, but was never prosecuted over the deaths. Max Coopey, the skinny little bastard you can see at the start of the video, smoked cannabis last August, then drove his parents' Audi into John Shackley, 61, and Jason Imey, 48, killing both men. First things first, God bless John Shackley, and God bless Jason Imey, right? 61 and 48 respectively. Police officer's son Coopey pleaded guilty to drug driving but was not jailed. Weeks after the crash, whilst disqualified, he got back behind the wheel. Sentencing Coopey for driving whilst disqualified, the district judge at Reading Magistrates Court said, "If you carry on driving like this, you will kill someone." They're a bit late for that when he's already killed 2 people. Fucking raging with this story. A police officer's son who hit and killed 2 men while driving his parents' Audi while high on cannabis but avoided prison has been jailed for getting back behind the wheel just weeks later whilst disqualified. Max Coopey, 18, the son of a police sergeant and a former policewoman, killed father of 3, Jason Imey, 48, and his colleague, John Shackley, aged 61, as they were walking back from dinner in Ascot last August. Thames Valley Police prosecuted Coopey themselves rather than passing the file to the Crown Prosecution Service, and did so only for drug driving on the grounds they could not make case for causing death by dangerous or careless driving. He was sentenced to 100 hours community service. But just 17 days after killing the 2 men, Coopey got back behind the wheel on August the 19th, 2018. Despite having been banned from the road following the death crash. Despite claiming the police had mistaken him for a friend, Coopey was convicted earlier this month of driving whilst disqualified. Today at Reading Magistrates Court, he was jailed for 12 weeks, served 6 and probably be eligible for tag after about 3. District Judge Devinder Lachey told Coopey, you have got other driving matters. Driving whilst drugs are in your body. Sorry, it's a badly written article. One day you're going to kill someone. As I've alluded to, too late for that. This little fucker has already taken 2 lives. The court has a duty to protect other road users. As far as I'm concerned, a car is a weapon, and a weapon that could do a lot of damage. His trial heard the PCSO, Gary Clark, was actively looking for Coopey on the day he spotted him at 7:20 p.m. in the driving seat of his mother's silver Renault Clio, having been briefed that Coopey was continuing to drive illegally and given a picture of him, which he kept on the work desktop at Ascot Police Station. Travelling at 10 miles an hour past Coopey's vehicle, PCSO, useless, right, Clark, saw the teenager full face for 4 to 5 seconds and said he tried to look down at the driver's seat, but I could still see his face. Coopey told DJ Lachey that his friend Kieran Shepherd had been driving whilst he was the passenger using his phone. Then it's got 2 pictures of the men that died, John Shackley and Mr. Imey. God bless them, may they rest in peace. When Mr. Shepherd gave evidence, he said his car was kept at Coopey's address, but backed up Coopey's claim that he was the one driving. But DJ Lachey rejected the claim, saying, to be perfectly honest, I don't actually believe either of you. I think you both agreed that one of you was going to say he was the driver. When one looks at your evidence, it's clear I cannot believe either of you. Today, Shona Probert, prosecuting, told the court Coopey's offence was severely aggravated by his previous convictions. You mean the one that he avoided, that one of 2 counts of death by dangerous driving? Judge Lachey said he has quite a record, doesn't he? He's been very lucky in getting very lenient sentences. Might have something to do with he's the son of 2 coppers. He's a very lucky young man. He has a very supportive family that would do anything for him, yeah, including cover for him and lie for him, right? And here he is, before the courts on a number of occasions. Before Coopey was sentenced, he told probation officers he'd been suffering from mental health issues in the run-up to his hearing. Convenient. A statement from the probation officer, Coopey's compliance with a youth rehabilitation order he was sentenced to after the fatal crash, which killed Mr. Shackley and Mr. Immy, was very poor overall, and he had completed only 34.15 hours of unpaid work, leaving 65 hours remaining to complete. He had missed a number of engagements and has provided a number of reasons why, he said. Defending Rebecca Hadgett recommended an intensive supervision order and a suspended sentence. Judge Lachey replied he has had a number of orders since 2015 and has been supervised. He's had all that. He's done everything that could have been done. Sentencing blonde-haired Coopey, who was in court wearing a white t-shirt, Judge Lachey told him, "You've been appearing before the criminal courts for some time. Since 2015, you have in fact been helped by people. All the community orders that have been tried, curfews you've had since 2015, you had community orders, you've had under supervision for 2 years before this offence. In fact, here you are. It is not as if you cared for abandoned, not looked after by your family. You have a lot of advantages that a lot of young people coming to criminal courts do not have. A lot of advantages. What have you done with it? Nothing. I'm not convinced at all that you have changed your ways." The judge said he had not seen any medical evidence which demonstrated Coopey had mental health issues and cited the need to protect the public, saying a suspended sentence would not serve a purpose in her view. Good on her. Judge Lachey added, "There are consequences and consequences are serious. I have a duty to protect members of the public from people like you, who do not seem to be taking any notice of the driving laws or anything else that matters." The judge jailed Coopey for 12 weeks. Joke. Added he would serve 12 months on licence when he was released, disqualified him from driving for an additional 6 months and fined him £100 for being an hour and a half late for his trial. Didn't even turn up on time to his trial, guys. This weekend, families of the men killed last August by Coopey demanded police reopen the case, and 1,000,000%, and I fully support them. Mr. Shackley's daughter Danielle told the Mail on Sunday, "We are not getting any justice at all. How can you get behind the wheel of a car whilst high on drugs, kill 2 people and not go to prison for it?" Lawyers for the family say Coopey's account of the crash suggests he may have been speeding, which would have led to the Crown Prosecution Service considering charging him with causing death by dangerous driving. They believe the police investigation was flawed and are baffled why officers did not submit a file to the CPS. Because he's fucking the son of police officers, that's why. Meanwhile, Thames Valley Police said it was reviewing statements made by Coopey at the inquest. He gave no comment interview to the police on the night of the crash. Now, some of the comments here, utterly ridiculous. Maximum sentence is 4 months with a guilty plea. Disgraceful sentence should be 5 years minimum and should be appealed by the victims' families. Surely you mean 30 years, not 3 months. I hate to think that a mere 90 days is the balance for the loss of 2 lives to recklessness. The young man is a danger to society, having a police officer father as a role model, and his mum, who sounds like she's retired. No excuse for his behaviour. A long prison sentence will not bring back to the lives of his victims, but it will at least keep others safe from his behaviour behind the wheel of a car. Is this a 2-tiered police system? Justice system? Yes, it is. British justice, what a joke. People like him will do this again. This makes my blood boil. I can't imagine how the families of the deceased must feel about this farce of justice. Not justice at all, is it? Too little, too late. It will never change. We can all agree our justice system is a joke. Now, normally, guys, you would see me, I defend prisoners. I hope this little scumbag, Max Coopey, right? He's not built for prison. You can see it from looking at the kid, being protected, wrapped in cotton wool. His father's a police sergeant. I wonder if his parents being police officers had anything to do with the fact that the police didn't pass the file to the CPS. Of course it did. Right? I hope this little scumbag gets terrorised in a young offenders. I hope they send him to fucking Feltham. Right? They won't send him to Feltham, but I hope they send him to Feltham young offenders, and I hope he gets terrorised every minute of every day. Right? So how can it be, guys, that you don't go to prison for killing 2 people whilst high on drugs, but then you go to prison for breaching, for being banned from driving? Kill 2 people, drives away free, right? Then, sorry, he doesn't drive away free, but he got banned. You see what I'm saying? And then, obviously, been banned from driving, gets caught again after killing somebody. 2 people. 2 people he killed, carries on driving, right? This kid has got a green light to commit crime. Car crime, driving offences, because his mummy and daddy are police officers, right? The file didn't even get passed to the Crown Prosecution Service. One rule for one and one rule for another. If this was a kid from a council estate or a black kid or a young kid, right, he's been in trouble for the last 4 years, right? This incident took place in 2018. He's had supervision orders, community orders. Do you know what I mean? He's had every opportunity, this kid, right? He's had advantages that people from that have grown up with nothing have not had, right? So he's got no excuse. He even tried to feign that he had mental health issues. There was no supporting evidence. So if you're saying that you've got mental health issues, then surely that should amount to perjury, right? This kid is just a spoiled little fucking brat who thinks he can do what he wants, kills 2 people under the influence, driving, whilst high on cannabis, hits 2 people, kills them stone dead. God bless them. May they both rest in peace. And nothing. He got community orders and stuff like that. He still had 60 hours to do. He turned up an hour and a half late to his trial for driving while disqualified. He shows contempt because he can show contempt, because his police parents have allowed it, the police have allowed it, and the Crown Prosecution Service. At the end of the day, there's a system here in the UK called unduly lenient sentence, right? That should be applied by both victims' families, right? And I hope to God, with my hand on my heart, I hope that this little scumbag, because the fact is, he'll get terrorised in prison, right? And young offenders, because he's 18 to 21-year-olds go to young offenders, right? I hope to God he gets absolutely terrorised every minute of every day, because he's not built for prison. His parents have done everything they can to thing it. Respect to the judge in this case as well, because the judge has actually sent the little bastard down. Like skinny little muppet whose parents are above the law. This just shows you if his mum was a cleaner and his dad was a fucking warehouse operative, right? It'd be a different kettle of fish. If it was a kid if his parents did any other job apart from a judge or a police officer, right, it would have been slammed. I've been in prison with death by dangerous drivers. They've got 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. This motherfucker killed 2 people. 2 people, left them dead, high on drugs. And then he's driving, and then he tries to lie. He lied to say he got with his mate, and his mate said, "Oh yeah, you was driving and I was in the passenger seat." The kid's a natural born liar. He's a compulsive liar. His parents are to blame massively, because they're obviously pulling strings, because his dad's a sergeant, right? His dad's pulling strings and stuff, right? His mother sounds like she's a retired police officer, right? Scumbags, mate, of the highest order. And if it was anyone else from any other walk of life or any other background, they'd be slammed like that. Because his mum and dad were police officers, or his dad's a serving police sergeant, his dad should be trialled for me. It's illegal, isn't it? Malfeasance in a public office. It's disgusting what's going on. This little fucker's he's killed people stone dead, and he's just getting about, and then carries on driving, and then tried to feign that he had mental health issues. Turns up an hour and a half late for his thing. Didn't finish his sentence, the community order from the last time after he killed the 2 people. Killing 2 people and getting a community order is someone having a fucking giraffe. And now finally a judge has gone, you know what? No, I'm sending you to prison. And mummy and daddy won't like that. Mummy and daddy will be trying to get him out of fucking prison, won't they? Scumbags, mate. Absolute fucking scumbag. Unbelievable. So you go to prison. So you don't go to prison for killing 2 people whilst high on drugs, right? But then you go to prison for breaching your driving ban, driving while disqualified. Unfucking believe. Angers me no end, this. And my thoughts and prayers very much go out to the victims, friends and family in this sad instance. God bless them. 48-year-old man, 61-year-old man. Coming back from a lovely evening, gone out, had some food, a few glasses of wine, a few beers, driving home, drugged up kid of a police officer, bam. And then like I said, he's been in trouble since 2015. He's got free rein to do what he wants, this kid really, hasn't he? Now he's ended up in prison for 3 months, be out after 6, be eligible for tag, and he'll go back to doing what he's doing. I hope to God the family challenge the sentence, not for this, because obviously theirs is the to death by dangerous whilst high on cannabis, which severely impairs your judgment whilst driving, delays your reactions and stuff, as unduly lenient. And I hope that they throw the highest sentence they can at this kid. But unfortunately, the system's corrupt. The system wipes its own ass. You've got the IOPC, the Independent Office of Police Complaints. You've got former police officers investigating serving police officers. That's like asking Al Capone when he was alive to investigate the mafia. Understand? Let me know what you think about this scumbag in the comment section below, guys. What do you think sentence he should receive? Do you believe it's like privilege because he's the father, because his dad is a police sergeant and his mother was a police officer? Let me know in the comment section. How would you punish this person? What do you think should happen to him? Do you defend him? Do you stick up for him? Would you throw the book at him? What would you like? How do you think his time in prison will go? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.